Yeah, better. Yeah.
So Isaiah 14:7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
Right.
Verse 8. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against thee.
Since thou art laid down, no fellas come up against us, man. Because the cedars and the trees, they can represent the other nations as well. Okay? Or the actual trees themselves. Man. What's Esau doing to that? Like the example, the Amazon. Okay? Esau's rulership, man, they are busy cutting down trees. And they tell you about half of the earth's oxygen comes from those trees in the Amazon. You see? Because the earth, man, the Lord created the earth to be in complete balance, man. Okay, we breathe out carbon dioxide, the trees breathe in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Okay, it's a complete cycle, man, a balanced cycle. But what does Esau do, man? Nothing but destroy.
They release carbon dioxide up. They release it out. We take that in. We breathe that in.
No, we take oxygen. It's the trees that are taking carbon dioxide and release oxygen.
Oh, I thought it was the other way.
We take oxygen, release carbon dioxide.
I never listened at school anyway.
It's vice versa.
Yeah, also, there's also a thing where you can drill into. If you drill a hole into a tree, there'll be an oil that comes out. It's called sap.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's very beneficial. You can use that for your hands. You can use it for skin.
Yeah.
I believe you can digest it as well.
I think there's some trees where you can take the sap and make rubber out of it. There's a tree in Congo that does it.
Yeah.
Esau went on a rampage and they found that out, man. They were enslaving all those people in Congo, man, children or whatever, cutting down those trees to get the rubber out, man. You see, and they were barely paying them, and they literally enslaved the people of Congo to get that rubber out, man. Okay, there's a lot of wickedness that Esau has done to the people of the earth. Okay, a lot of wickedness. Somebody get what's that? I think it's Isaiah 30 or 31. When thou shalt cease to spoil.
What was it?
Just give me a second. Let me just.
Cease to spoil. Isaiah 33. All to thee that spoils.
Yeah. It's Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. This is Habakkuk 2 and 5. Salakia 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Behold, the soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Esau is the one that's lifted up in pride, man. Okay, we read about the pride of Edom. Okay? Get that in
Isaiah 33.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 33.
Go through the Habakkuk, the second chapter. Yeah.
Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled.
Say, woe to you that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled. Okay?
And dealest treacherously, and they dwelt not treacherously with thee.
And they dealt not treacherously with thee. Because Esau, man, was always cunning to these people, man. Because he saw, man, the people of the earth were always humble. Those Edom were like the Gadites. They saw Edom, they offered them help, and because Esau, when they first arrived off the ships, they were dying. They did not know how to survive, and the Gadites came and helped them out, man. Okay, they showed them how to grow crops and so on and so forth. Okay, the diseases that they had on them, how to heal them. But Esau just looking at these people are too nice.
It's like just a demon that walked past.
But what was Esau thinking, man? I can take over here.
Make loads of profit.
I can make a lot of profit from these people. I can enslave them. Okay, show me where your gold is. You know? I'll do that again. Oh boy.
Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dwelt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead.
And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
That's why Esau today is on a defense. They have to continue always trying to control all these different nations, because if they put their army, they stop investing in their military, and they put their army out of all these different nations, and they went to America, and the other nations are going to come after Esau now, man. Okay? So Esau now, their defense is offense. Okay, constant investment in your military. Constant investment in your military. Why? Because you always have to be on the defense. Because the nations, they are ready, man. Eventually, they're gonna band together now and come after you. Okay. Is there more?
That's it.
Habakkuk, from where you stopped.
This world, the weak nations, what the weak serve.
Okay. Go to Habakkuk first.
Oh, okay.
It's Habakkuk 2 and 5. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
Because he transgresseth by wine. All this Esau's philosophy, their democracy, and all these things that they forced on all these different nations. Okay? Remember, every single nation, their system and their education system is from Esau. Their financial system is from Esau. Their religious systems are really from Esau, man. Okay? And it says, he enlarges his desires hell. Okay, so everywhere they go, man, they bring death and destruction, man. Okay? Everywhere they go, they bring nothing but death and destruction. Okay? And they have the nerve to call anybody else a terrorist, man. Everybody else is a terrorist except them. You know what I'm saying?
The literal definition of a terrorist.
That's
From your country and then say the world's a safer place.
You know?
Apostle Ramla was getting upset a little bit on his video about about Christianity. Who are the real terrorists? And he calls them terrorists now. You know, that's why you made me laugh when you said that.
Everybody else, man, they've... You know, let's go ahead. Let's do that.
Back in Habakkuk 2 and 5, it says, and is as death and cannot be satisfied.
They cannot be satisfied. Okay, they want more and more and more and more. Okay? There's oil somewhere, man, they gotta have it first. There's gold somewhere, they gotta have it first. Okay? Just think about the elites of this society, man. They are worth trillions, man. You know? They are worth trillions, man. But now it's like now it's no longer about money now. It's no longer about now they want souls of people. That's why they want to cheat everybody now. Okay?
So like that's what we call insatiable desire, man. Because like you want some food or something, or you're craving for something. Once you have it, you've pleased that crave, so it's done now. You don't need to indulge in it anymore. But Esau, the more he gets, the more he wants. It's insatiable, man. You know, there's no such thing as enough with him, man.
It's Matthew 6 and 11. Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread. That's what a man needs, man. Okay? You just need 4 walls around you and you'll be able to eat. Okay? You've got clothes on you. Scripture says, but that's, you know, that's Esau anyway, the spirit that's on him. And to us, when Scripture say, with food and remnant, let us be content. Look where that guy is going.
You gonna get to the
Look where he's going, man.
What's that, £65, man?
Is the cameras on this switch?
Yeah. Yo, at the top of that.
I think you realize it's making it. Anyway, Habakkuk.
Back in Habakkuk 2 and 5, it says, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
And gathereth unto himself all nations, and heapeth unto himself all people. Okay, Esau wants control over everybody. He wants control over everybody, man. Okay, and they have gathered all people unto themselves. Okay, they've taken the world now. Okay, but the world is not enough. And now he wants to chip the whole planet, all the people on the planet Earth. Okay.
That's lucky. And even just as I was touching on earlier about the LGBT parades and stuff in Albania and Kosovo, right? When you watch videos of those parades or in those countries, in particular my country of birth, the people there who don't accept it, they throw fireworks and bombs at those parades because like I said earlier, they don't want Esau's filth in their country, Esau's wickedness in their country. That's how much they rebel against it.
Let's carry on. We'll say that. Okay.
It says, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him?
Shall not all these take up a parable against him? For you see, like, for example, in South Africa, right? You see how they tried to rebel against Esau. Because a lot of Edomites, they stayed in that place in South Africa, right? They stayed in that place, even though they handed over power to the indigenous people of that land. A lot Esau still stayed, and he took the best parts of that land. Okay, the beaches, okay, around the sea coast and the marines, and he took the best portion of that land and then stuck the indigenous people in like what you call it, Soweto, the ghettos, and eventually the people are turning around and goes, hold up, man. No, this is our country. Why are we the ones suffering when you are the ones, when you all this you took by force? Because Esau, the farms where they produce the best produce and whatever, Esau took control of all that. Okay? But now the people now, they've said, that's a taunting proverb against you now. Okay, they start to speak up against you. They want it back now. Okay? So that's a rebellion against you. Okay? So a lot of people, because that's just on a small scale as well. People are having a rebellion against Edomites. Eventually now people are going to start having a rebellion on a bigger scale now, man. Okay? Jack is going to start asking, in America, Jack is going to start asking questions now, man. You did this to our forefathers. Because already the Israelites are saying it. You see, the Gadites, they're going to start saying it, and this was our land. Esau stuck them in what? In those, what you call those camps? Reservations. Okay? So you're going to have a lot of rebellions against Esau, Edom, on a bigger scale now around the world. Okay? Let's go ahead.
So it says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
He said, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Whose picture can you paint from that scripture, man? Okay? Esau, Edom. Okay? And ladeth himself with thick clay. And if you look up the word, the thick clay is debt. Okay, America and their debt, about 22 trillion in debt. Like, how are you gonna pay that off, man? Okay, how are you gonna pay that off? You're not gonna pay that off. But and then it keeps increasing and it keeps increasing and it keeps increasing. Okay, which eventually now it's gonna come up against you when you have your economic collapse. Okay, when the day you default. One was is it America? The one I think that it was a triple A rating.
Oh, sorry.
Was it like a triple A rating that they had? And they,
The houses.
was the what?
They talk about houses.
No, like I think it was just like the economy was.
Oh yeah, the triple A rating for a long time.
Yeah, and then I think they tried to downgrade them. I think was it America? I believe it was America. They tried to downgrade downgrade their credit rating because of all the debt that they had, man. Okay, showing you, man, that they are not as powerful as they used to be. Okay, the Lord have put a curse in your whole system and everything. Isaiah 19 and 19. Let him get it.
It's Isaiah 9 and 19.
19 and let me see what 19 says.
Yeah, that whole triple A rating thing, man, that was a funny situation when you look back on it. Because what they did was they repackaged mortgages and houses and stuff with the hedge funds, and they resold that as stocks and bonds, man. So you're basically putting a damaged good in like wrapping paper and selling it off to people, man. And then they done that for years and years and years, then that led to their crash, man. So the brother was saying the Lord messed them up, man. It doesn't make any sense, man. It's funny.
Right.
Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord Jehovah hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof.
You see that the Lord has mingled the perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and caused you to err in every work, man. Everything that you do, man, something is going wrong. Okay, your economy is going wrong. Eventually now, man, it's gonna be that bubble that's gonna burst now. Okay? And then you're gonna see companies come crashing down, jobs, you're gonna see a million people lose their job in one day. You know?
Where they earn go wrong, the whole economy is built off a wrong system. It's a debt-based system. So you're, from day one, you're in negative, man. You know,
constant negative, and that's how you live that way. It's like you can never get one foot ahead of your debt, man. Okay, You can never live on what you have when you're constantly borrowing, constantly borrowing, constantly borrowing. Even the people as well, man, constantly borrowing, constantly borrowing, constantly borrowing, man. Okay? And the scripture says you earn every work that you do, man. Everything that you trying to get, they're trying to fix it and, you know, get the smartest people that they have to try and how can we get this thing together, you know, cut down. That's why you're going to get a lot of jack when that live on these different benefits. They're going to start being cut off, okay? So everything that you do, man, you know, there's always something going wrong with it, man. Okay? Like we read, man, the Lord has broken the staff of the wicked. Okay, you know, Obadiah, when thou shalt set your nest among the stars, hence will I bring you down, man. So you've been on the decline ever since. Okay, America's been on the decline ever since, man. Okay, right now, man, now we're at those final stages now whereby all hell is gonna break loose. Now I talk about 40% of the world countries, you know, they should have put America on that list as well, man. You know?
Is that a book? Is that someone's book down there, or is it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Because they drunk, when you see somebody drunk, they trying to get home, but then they just staggering all over the place, man. You can tell that's where I want to get you, but you just can't get there, man. That's where they are, man. They want to clear off their debt, but they just can't get there, man. They can't cut off certain things because it will fuck them up. You know, they can't stop funding their military because the other nations are gonna get stronger now. Okay, so they are really in a quagmire. You know, they're really on a slippery ground, man. If we do this to fix the economy, we'll be fucked over this side. You see?
Verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or the tail, branch or rush may do.
Because you're gonna have a lot of job losses, man. You're gonna have a whole lot of job losses when shit goes down. Okay? And the Lord says, man, these things are gonna come as a thief. When they shall say peace and safety, man, when it's gonna come off you like a thief at night. So anything can happen tomorrow. Okay, that's why you gotta be always on the lookout, man. Okay, you gotta always be in your mind ready for this thing to pop off, man. Okay, because that's what the professionals are saying, man. They've all predicted that 2020, all the guys, you should watch out for particular names at the top. All these economic analyzing guys, whatever that you wanna call them. You know, they're saying 2020 could be that year, man, where everything can pop off. Okay, but Jack is still sleeping, man. Okay, the average Joe out there, man, is still sleeping. You know. Let's go on. Did you finish?
Yeah.
You got precept? Yeah. Get that and then let's go back.
It's Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In a day when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
Start from 1.
Remember now their creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
It says, remember your creator before the evil days come. Okay, go ahead.
While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
In the days of the keepers of the house shall tremble, man. Who are the keepers of the house? Okay, the people that keep your economy going. Okay, the people that are overseeing all these things, man, all these stock markets and so on and so forth. Okay, because the time is gonna come now whereby they're gonna realize everything is when the crash comes. Okay, because when this crash comes, man, it's gonna be the crash of all crashes, man. That's what they're saying, man. It's gonna be the crash of. And this one guy is an old guy, man. He says he's gonna see it in his time. He said it's gonna happen in his time. He said they know it's gonna happen, but they just can't. They can't. He said they know it's gonna happen, but they cannot make the extreme cuts or the extreme changes to avoid it. Okay. Basically, for them to stop it from happening, life would have to change overnight, as we know it. Okay, they would have to cut off so many things and change so many things, and life would not be the same, man. Extreme measures, man. Okay, cut off everybody that's on benefit. You know, they might have to kill a lot of people, man. You know, what they call the undesirables, man. Yeah. You know, and Esau's already planning to undo that anyway. Okay, what's that, man? The Georgia Guidestones. keep population under 500 million. You see,
It's a lot of people.
it's a whole lot. There are almost 8 billion people on the planet Earth.
That's why FEMA's got coffins. They've already got coffins set out, you
It's
know?
not even coffins, it's body bags.
Body bags, like,
Coffins is too expensive now. For all those people, for all those dead people, it's too expensive to have coffins.
But they got.
no, that wasn't like coffins. It was like some plastic.
Yeah.
It was kind of shaped like coffins, but it was plastic.
Well, they call them plastic. They call them
Yeah.
casket liners
Yeah.
because it's the devil.
Obviously, I didn't mean coffins because you know how much it costs for just to get a marble or granite. It costs thousands.
Because the casket liners have got what he calls casket liners in the FEMA camps could fit like 6 to 8 people in just one of those boxes.
That's it.
Yeah, so mass coffins, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man, mass graves, mass coffins. They're already preparing for all that, man. Okay, because the elites, man, they don't think like the way you average people think, man. Okay, they're not looking, they're not thinking, oh, David, my uncle, is he alive or not? They're not thinking like you, man. Okay. The elites, man, they are real devils. If you see them, they act all gentle and innocent. Them motherfuckers are real devils, man. Them motherfuckers, they are the ones that say, listen, nuke that whole place, man, and kill everybody that's on it, man. You know? Those are real devils, man. They're the ones that are in the background say, listen, under 500 million. Kill 6.5 billion? Yes. You know what I'm saying? But if you go on YouTube, you see videos of guys that have confronted Jacob.
Yeah.
The guy is just standing there like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
this, with that
Yeah.
smile and big nose of his.
Because when you got power, you don't need to keep on proving it to people.
Yeah.
You
He's
know?
just there with a suit. You wouldn't even see it, man.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think this guy, man, is got control over the whole earth, man.
You got real power. You
You know? You don't think that this guy owns half the world. He's worth half the world's money.
They got that tactic from the Most High, man. You know, the scripture says, "Thou art power that hidest thyself." Man. When you're the man, you don't need to be seen, man.
Yeah.
Because I believe someone was on the news, one of the Rothschilds, and I remember the newsman said, yeah, the richest man on the
Oh
earth.
yeah, no, he said that the guy, he said he's a gazillionaire.
You should have seen the look on his face, like, hey, I'm gonna get you taken out after this.
Yeah. That's how they do it. That's that's how they do it.
I try and post it up. If I can find it, I try and post it up.
I posted that in the group chat. It was on YouTube. Yeah. He's a gazillionaire. Look at that word gazillionaire, and if you look it up, basically it's the word you use if you don't have a number for somebody's riches. If you don't have a number, it's not an actual number. It's if you don't have a number for somebody's riches, man. He's a gazillionaire. It means you go crazy money.
Fast numbers.
And then he changed, billionaire. And like, he was thinking in his mind, didn't he? Yeah, he was thinking.
Hey, you're sacked because he's got the power to do that. Look, you've lost your job. Like, they control all the banks. Everything you see, right? They control. City of London. It's a corporation. They control this. The elites.
Yeah. So like, because the scripture says a man speaks the abundance of his heart, man. So he was thinking about this guy is worth trillions, man. So when he said that, then he had the sleep of a child, he's a gazillionaire. At that moment, he's freaking shit. So, you know? Right.
It's Isaiah 29 and 15. Woe unto him that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in dark, and they say, who seeth us? And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us?
You know? And that was Esau at the beginning before, man. Okay, but scripture said to Esau, man, that your foreskin shall be uncovered. Okay, so the Lord, especially after the internet, the Lord started exposing you Edomites, man. Because before, man, nobody would even know about these so-called Illuminatis, and you know. I found out when the YouTube came about, man. That's when I found out about this so-called Illuminati and these trillionaires. And when I found out, man, I was like, God damn, I can't believe there's actually people who are like that, man. You know, secret societies and all that stuff, Skull and Bones, you know.
Because before that, in order for you to have known about the Illuminati, you had a few people before the internet, like Anthony Hilda and Alex Jones. But before that, the only places where you could have found this information was in books and lectures, man. Because they used to hold like secret lectures, and they would tell people that look, secret societies exist. This was before the internet.
Yeah, that's true. They had to go underground to speak about this. And if you did know, you get taken out instantly.
Yeah. And then you start hearing about music and about how a lot of them are part of it and stuff, and then they started breaking down all the signs and symbolism. I'm like, God damn, man. Every single one of them was the same, man. It was crazy, man. You know, I remember when I found out that, man. But you know, eventually, ultimately, all looking into all that stuff, man, kind of led me to the truth, man. Still, man. But still, man, that's what I first stumbled on when I was on YouTube. You know, all these secret societies. I found out about the left side first. Before I found out about the right side. Yeah. You know. Somebody at the precept.
I still had Ecclesiastes 12. I didn't finish off.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Read on anyway.
It's Ecclesiastes 12 and where was that? 3. And in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinding cease, because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the birds, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of grinding is low.
And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low, man. Your shops, they're gonna be, a lot of them will just be, it's gonna be one day it's gonna wake up. You go to your work, man, you find your manager is there locking up, man. Say, sorry guys, not today, man. You know, we're closing up. Okay? The sound of grinding being low, that's your jobs, man. You're gonna have massive job losses on a massive scale, man. Okay?
Can I chime in? Most of these stores have been shutting down. You remember Woolworths?
Yeah.
That was shut down. That was a big store. Blockbuster.
Yeah. Well, on the news, maybe 4 days ago, they were saying this year was a record low on Boxing Day sales.
Oh yeah, I think every single year is always a record low.
It's going down and down every single Boxing Day, every New Year. It's just going down, man.
Every single time, man, it's always a new low, a new kind of low, you know.
There's a whole heap of shop. Debenhams, they're closing down. You don't Toys R Us. There's only like one left in London.
The pound shop.
Yeah, pound shops, everything.
I believe there was a little problem in House of Fraser at one point, but I believe somebody else has put shares into that. You know, all that.
There was another one where I live. Which one was that? House of Fraser. House of Fraser. The guy that owns it, he had to come. I had to go and buy it, man, because they were about to shut down, go into administration, and the guy came and bailed them out. So now he owns it. Wasn't it actually something?
Actually, it's a Sports Direct.
Sports Direct.
Yeah, Sports Direct.
What's that one? The airline Thomas Cook.
The government just bailed them out. They gave them 100 billion worth of tax relief.
That was my God.
Just for them to stay afloat, man.
Yeah.
So you see.
Not 100 billion, 100 million worth of tax relief for them to stay afloat, man. They're gonna go into administration.
Like HMV is another one, because the thing is, all of these shops and these companies, they're being compromised by technology. You know, because people don't need to go to the shops anymore. They just buy it online, because humans are being replaced with what technology.
Esau's great, man, because Esau wants, how can we cut costs and make more money? How can we cut costs and make more money? You know?
But the thing is, that's going to backfire on him anyway, because if no one's working, then no one's going to have money to spend, you know, in order to buy his product. So then the people are going to start losing their marbles.
But seditions among men. The people are going to start now hitting the streets now for protest, man. Okay.
That's why they want to bring in the RFID chip. You know, they want to do away with cash. Cash is, they're making it where you have cash, it's being frowned upon. You know.
In China right now, man, if you pull cash out and they look at your funny, you're gonna pay by cash.
What they do is like I forgot the series it was on Netflix. They got some bad shows on Netflix, man, and it was to do with your social score by some chip thing and an app on your phone, and basically. No, there's Black Mirror, but this is a whole thing that was dedicated to that. And basically, on that series, depending upon your behavior in society, your points would go up or down, like 4.5.
Oh, yeah, China, they're doing that.
Yeah. And the other thing was, if you didn't spend enough, your points would go down. And it got to the point where, if your points were too low, you couldn't go to certain parts of the city, and you couldn't even buy or sell anything. So what it's going to be is, you have to spend. And if you don't spend, we're just going to stop you from spending it altogether.
That's mad.
They're doing that. They did that in China. Like if like you go basically like you couldn't get on any public transport.
Yeah.
When your points go messed up, you try to get on the train, your thing will deny you. You've been a bad boy. What the precept?
I got this is Revelation 13 and 16. And he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
I was saying the brother earlier on, I was passing through the subway and I found the guy basking. He's there with his guitar and his going thing. And what he has now is he has a card reader and a sign there that says 2 pounds. You seen that, yeah? I was saying the brother about it here. Like he's got a card reader there with a sign that says £2. And then to donate money, all you gotta do is just take your card out and then just tap to his card reader now. So now even the street guys, man, they're keeping up. They're moving forward now with the changing times now. You're not making money anymore waiting for people to throw their loose change in your thing now. You know, you're gonna see homeless people now, man, with a cap on one side and a card reader on the other side now, man. Because that's exactly where we're headed now, man. You know, no cash. It's not just ta. And eventually, man, they're gonna find an excuse now to get rid of all these cards and whatever, you know. And then now they're gonna bring in now the chip now, man. Okay, 2020 could be that year. They might just introduce it first, man, as optional, man. You know, it's so first of all, slowly. But then what they do is now they start to make it harder for you, not like right now. If you're in London now, it's harder for you to use. You can't take cash on public transport.
Yeah.
You can't go in the underground with. You can't take cash on the underground. You have to take your cash, go to a machine, use then your Oyster card and top it up, and then you can use that to travel, man.
That's funny because just as I was coming out today, out of the station, I seen they must have been tourists, but they had the old pink paper tickets, and I was like, damn, I ain't seen that in like at least 10 years. You know? I ain't seen those pink paper tickets that they had. I ain't seen that in someone use that in at least. For the underground, there's two people that had the old pink paper tickets that you used to use in the underground.
Yeah, I remember that.
I ain't seen those in at least 10 years. Those tickets.
It was working.
Yeah. You can still get them in some shops here and there.
Nobody trying to use that one.
I think they were tourists, innit?
I remember that, man. You pay your coins and then the thing comes out. I remember when the Oyster came out, people were annoyed, man. What do you mean I have to top this up, man?
Yeah.
Coins and, you know.
Everybody was using the system, the older system, yeah.
Little blue card and beat.
Because even where I live now, man, on the buses now, it's before you could take cash, they still have a cash system, but it's like now technology just move forward now, man. The buses have now new machines in them. It's now just tap and go now. Yeah. Tap and go, just go there, tap your bank card, tap, and that's it now, man. And then eventually now they're gonna take the cash out now. It's now just gonna be now, just like the way they've done in London now, man.
Yeah.
Esau is already, all these things are already planned, and they've already set things in a particular, they've got time frame. By the end of this time, this should be in place. Because they already know, because Esau knows gradualism, man.
Yeah.
They know how the people, you don't just throw the people in hot water. Okay, you bring it slowly, man, introduce it slowly. Okay,
Yeah.
like now the people, the way they've done it so much so that even though you can still use cash in a lot of places, people use their credit cards instead.
Yeah.
There was a thing before whereby with certain banks, they'll tell you the more you use your credit card or the more you use your debit card, they'll give you about 5% of your money back. Not to anybody that's business minded, you want your 5% of your money back. It's like a little discount. Okay, I'm gonna use my bank card, and every month I'll get 5% of whatever I spend back.
Yeah.
So they're already encouraging you to use the electronic transactions rather than cash.
It's like a dog, innit? Like the dog, you say sit and you give it a treat.
Yeah.
Rewards and that, man.
Yeah.
You know?
In Brixton Village, you know it's gentrified in Brixton, so they've got a lot of expensive. They've got a lot of expensive restaurants, and some of the restaurants over there, even in Brixton, you can't use cash.
Yeah. Some
Hey,
restaurants, yeah.
hey, Salaki, man. The other day I was in Leicester Square, right? And I went to this place, this joint, man. Wingstop, they do like